Welcome back. All right, so holiday Monday in the U.S. I understand if you're U.S. based, you may not have the day off, but some people, I guess, do. That being said, there are six matinee games in total, and then there are four evening games. So it's weird that there's going to be this preponderance of games early in the day, starting with one at 9 a.m. my time. So I got to be up and ready for that one. And then the last game of the day is only at 5 p.m. Pacific, so not too shabby. All right, so starting at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, we have the San Jose Sharks and the Buffalo Sabres. This is the first of two meetings. They'll meet again in San Jose on January 27th. San Jose's 10, 30, and 3. So there you go. 43 games into the season, they have 10 wins. They're scoring 2.05 goals per game, allowing 4.07 goals against per game. Over the last month, so since December the 15th, Granlund, 14 games, 2 goals, 8 assists, 10 points, has been their leading scorer. And actually, I really like doing the previews this way where I look at the leading scorer over the last month. For people who do fantasy, I think that works. And then I want to have one guy who hasn't been producing over the last month as well. And in San Jose's case, it's Bailey, 1 goal in 14 games. They didn't sign him to produce, but he looked really good early. We'll see if he can get a goal tomorrow. Buffalo, 18, 21, and 4 overall, 2.95 goals scored per game, allowing 3.3 goals against per game. Over the last month, Middlestad's been their leading scorer. He has 5 goals, 8 assists for 13 points in 13 games. Zach Benson, just the 1 goal in the 13 games, but he has 5 assists for 6 points. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. We got 4 games starting then, beginning with New Jersey and Boston. December 13th, it was a 2-1 overtime win for New Jersey. December 30th, it was a 5-2 win for Boston. This is the third and final meeting. New Jersey, 22, 15, and 3 overall. They're scoring 3.55 goals per game, allowing an even 3.5 goals against per game. Jesper Bratt leading him in scoring over the last month, 13 games, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. Lazar is due for a goal. He used to play for the Bruins, so wouldn't be surprised if it happens. He has 6 assists over their last 10 games, or over his last 10 games, which have been played in the past month. Boston 25, 8, and 9 coming off of a road trip where they played a lot of extra time, and they're probably going to be glad to be home. 3.31 goals scored per game, 2.69 goals allowed per game. Pastrnak, their leading scorer over the last month, 15 games, 9 goals, 11 assists, 20 points. Lindholm, no assists, 7 points though, 7 assists in 15 games. He's also been a minus over the last month, so we'll see if he can get a goal and maybe be a plus. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, the Vancouver Canucks in against the Columbus Blue Jackets. This is the first of two meetings. They'll meet again January 27th. If you're wondering if Spencer Martin's going to play against his former team that waived him, nope. It looks like it's going to be Elvis that's starting for Columbus. So Vancouver 29, 11, and 3 overall, 3.84 goals scored per game, allowing 2.53 goals against per game. Pettersson, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 11 goals, 8 assists, 19 points. And Höglander, 3 goals in 13 games. He's due for a helper. No assists over the last 13 games. On the Columbus side, they're 13, 21, and 9. They're scoring an even 3 goals per game, allowing 3.74 goals against per game. Johnny Gaudreau leading him in scoring over the last month, 2 goals, 8 assists for 10 points in 12 games. Voronkov, just the 1 goal with 4 assists for 5 points in 12 games, so his scoring has slowed down. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific start between the Anaheim Ducks and the Florida Panthers. This is the second of two meetings, November 17th, Florida won 2-1. 14, 27, and 1 record for the Anaheim Ducks. They're scoring 2.5 goals per game. They're allowing 3.43 goals against per game. Troy Terry, their leading scorer over the last month, 11 games, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Sam Carrick, no points in 14 games. He's due for a point. Florida 27, 13, and 2 is their record overall. 3.14 goals scored per game, 2.5 goals against per game, and of course their 9-game winning streak was snapped in their last outing, so they'll be looking to get that going again. Tkachuk over the last month has been quite the story. 13 games, 7 goals, 14 assists, 21 points. Lundell continues to come up a little bit short when it comes to the offense. He's good defensively. Just the 1 assist in 10 games, though, over the last month. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific start between Seattle and Pittsburgh. I thought, well, should I wear Seattle? Because they're going for a 10-game winning streak tomorrow. So this is the first of two meetings. They'll meet again on February 29th in Seattle. The Kraken 19, 14, and 9 overall, 2.88 goals scored per game, allowing 2.81 goals against per game. So now they have more goals for than goals against. Vince Dunn, 11 games, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points, has been their leading scorer over the last month. Burakovsky, I wanted to highlight a bit here in the 6 games since his return, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. But he's been good in recent games, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a goal here. Pittsburgh, 20, 15, and 6 is their overall record. 3.02 goals scored per game, allowing 2.73 goals against per game. Jake Gensel, their leading scorer over that time, even despite all of the rumors around Gensel right now, 13 games, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. Ryan Graves, 13 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. Maybe he gets a goal or an assist, something along those lines for Pittsburgh tomorrow. 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific start between the LA Kings and the Carolina Hurricanes. So there's 3 hours between the start of this game and this game, which leaves me thinking, I guess I'll do 5-game review for this. I guess I can have a board for this game and then review these 4 games last. So we'll see how it all works out. But the first game between LA and Carolina definitely warranted its own board. October 14th, it was a 6-5 shootout victory for the Carolina Hurricanes in LA. LA's 20, 11, and 8. They need to get things together. They're scoring 3.28 goals per game, allowing 2.51 goals against per game, but they've only won, 2 of their last 11 now. Kopitar, 13 games, 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points, has been their leading scorer over the last month. Dubois had a goal in their last game. Is he starting to pick it up? 13 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points over the last month. Carolina's 24, 13, and 5, scoring 3.45 goals per game. Their goals against is below 3. 2.95 goals against per game. Aho, 13 games, 5 goals, 18 assists, 23 points. Remarkable run by Aho. Jordan Staal, prominent, not getting goals though. 13 games, 1 goal, 2 assists. I know he's a defensive forward first and foremost, but hey, maybe he gets a goal tomorrow. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific, the Islanders and the Minnesota Wild get to know one another. This is the second and final meeting, November 7th in New York. It was a 4-2 win for Minnesota. New York's going to try to return the favor. The Islanders are 19, 13, and 10. They're scoring 3.02 goals per game, allowing 3.29 goals against per game. Barzal leading them in scoring over the last month. 14 games, 2 goals, 13 assists, 15 points. Clutterbuck, just the 3 assists in 14 games, so he's due for a goal. Right. Minnesota 17, 20, and 5, scoring 2.81 goals per game and allowing way too many goals. 3.38 goals against per game now. Boldy in 15 games, 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points is their leading scorer over that time. Dewar, 15 games, no points over the last month. And Dewar's kind of, he's due. He's due, right? Dewar's due. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific start as well between the Nashville Predators and the Vegas Golden Knights. This is the first of 3 meetings. They'll meet again February 20th and March 26th. Nashville needs to jump on Vegas early here. Vegas is a pretty beat-up team. Nashville 24, 18, and 1 overall. They're scoring 3.16 goals per game, allowing 3.12 goals against per game. Forsberg, their leading scorer over the last month, to the surprise of no one. 14 games, 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points. Cole Smith, 14 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. He's a hard worker, due for a goal as well. Vegas 24, 14, and 5 is their overall record. 3.07 goals scored per game, allowing 2.74 goals against per game. I need to retape this part. Stone, their leading scorer over the last month, but he only has 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points in 13 games. So scoring's been a problem for them over the last month. White Cloud, no points in 12 games. He is a defensive defenseman. I just figured I'll throw White Cloud on the board. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only 1 game starting then, and that is Montreal hosting the Colorado Avalanche. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again in Denver on March the 26th. Colorado, 28, 12, and 3 overall, scoring 3.67 goals per game, allowing 3.07 goals against per game. Nathan MacKinnon, the leading scorer in the NHL over the last month, 14 games, 11 goals, 17 assists, 28 points. Kivi Ranta, just the 1 assist in 14 games. Yoel's due for one, I think. On the Montreal side, they're 17, 18, and 7 overall, scoring 2.67 goals per game, allowing 3.36 goals against per game. So those are numbers they need to improve. Suzuki, their leading scorer over the last month, 13 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. Ullinen, just the 2 assists in 13 games. Kind of surprised by that. He's hardworking. He's a fast player. He's due for a goal too then. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, we round out the day with Philadelphia and the St. Louis Blues wearing my Torrey Krug jersey. I might be the only one with a Torrey Krug jersey. You know, I realized that when I was putting this on. I was like, I don't think there's a lot of Blues fans that have a Krug jersey. March the 4th, these teams will meet in Philadelphia. This is their first meeting of the season. Philadelphia 23, 14, and 8, coming off that huge win against Winnipeg. Now they need to build on it. Scoring 2.84 goals per game, allowing 2.7 goals against per game. Konechny, 14 games, 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points for him. Delorier doesn't have a point over the last 12 games. I know he's a fourth liner. I know the offense isn't there, but every now and then it shows up. Every now and then he gets goals and assists and stuff. So maybe that fourth line chips in tomorrow. St. Louis 21-18-2 overall, scoring 2.83 goals per game, allowing 3.17 goals against per game. And Thomas, their leading scorer over the last month, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points in 12 games. Jake Neighbors had a goal in the last game. Maybe he's starting it up again. He has 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points in 12 games since December 15th of last month. So, or I just can say December 15th. Or the 15th of last month. I didn't need to say December 15th of last month. Just forget I said it. Just forget it. And I put a picture in that blank spot on the wall. So, you're welcome. All right. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. And yeah, it's going to be an early day on Monday. I'm fine with that. So I'll review these 5 games, then this game, and then these 4 games, and then I'm done for Monday. But stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for all your support. If you haven't already hit like and subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.